Welcome to High-End Homes Handled Right. This is the Real Property Management Luxury Podcast, hosted by Lindell Johnson. Today's episode is a two-part episode with two incredible guests. We have Lawrence Ceballos and Heather Groom from Got Keys Realty, powered by Vive Realty. Lawrence, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Good. Nice to meet you too.
Thanks for having me here.
Anytime.
Yes, sir.
So, when I heard that you were going to come on today, I did some digging and I found out that not only are you an agent, but you're a talented musician, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
So how do you handle both things? Like how did you even, before you even get to that, how did you even ended up going to real estate?
Well, I wound up in real estate because I was doing music full time for a couple of years, and I had been doing music my whole life, but not full time. So I did it for a couple of years, and it was a really cool experience, and it was great. But I got a little homesick. I was worried about my family all the time, thinking about my mom, wanted to spend more time at home. So I decided to take a break from doing music full time, but I still wanted to do music. So I was just started thinking, well, what else can I do so I could kind of do both? Like when I'm not on tour, what can I do at home and have like a little flexible schedule so that I could, take gigs whenever, they're pretty cool tours or whatever.
Right.
Just kind of work it as a hired gun because music, it's my passion. I've been doing it my whole life. So I wanted to keep doing it. So I did some research and real estate came up. So I was like, well, that looks pretty interesting. And, Houston is a pretty big market and stuff. And I had some friends who are realtors and kind of asked them about it. And they encouraged me to do it. So when I quit doing music full time in December of 23, so I quit doing that. And then I went to real estate school and got my license like in April. And then I signed on with Vive Realty, and then I joined the Got Keys Realty team. So,
nice.
It's real important. It's real important to find the right team, to find the right brokerage. At the time, whenever I was looking, because, you have brokers come into your school and try to get you to, sign on with them whenever you get your license and stuff. But I was asking my friend who's a realtor, like, I didn't know who to choose. I didn't know, there were so many that would visit you every class. You'd have a different brokerage come and kind of tell you the same thing. So you're like, well, really, who should I go with?
Right.
And so it just so happened that my friend had done business with Vive Realty, and she's like, these guys are really cool. I worked really well with them, and then I saw that one of the teams under them was looking for agents. And so I was like, well, that's cool. So she was like, yeah, they're Got Keys Realty team. And you should, they just put something on social media and you should, look into it. So I did. I reached out to them and yeah, they interviewed me and they were great. And it's an awesome team, because sometimes you don't get, I don't know, I've heard different things about other teams and stuff. But like this team that I work with, they're great.
So what was really important to you when you were doing that search? When all these people, all these brokerages are coming to the class, they're pitching their brokerage. What are some things that your current brokerage that you're working for now, what do they do now that sticks to you that you're like, you know what, this is what I'm looking for?
Like a family vibe and mentorship. I visited some other brokers before I found out about Vive and Got Keys. I went to a couple of different places and interviewed with them and talked to them. And I just didn't get that same feeling that I got whenever I met the people that I work with now. And then the mentorship and then all the training that they provide. Those are the big things, a lot of, then again, I wouldn't have known to ask those questions had it not been for my realtor friend who said, yeah, some provide a lot of training, some don't really provide any. And so look into it, ask them. And sure enough, they offer a lot of training. So it's really cool, very helpful. Mentorship's great. And like I said, we're like a family, like we all get along and joke around, and I just connected with him right away,
I think that training part is big. Yeah. That is huge.
Yeah.
But it's you have to be able to receive that training well. And as a musician, which you are, I bet you that took years and time and effort that you had to put in. Mm-hmm. So were you actually self-taught or did you go to a teacher?
Both. So yeah, when I started in like middle school band, but I was playing saxophone. And so that was just all I played was saxophone. But what I did as a profession, like as a professional musician, was electric bass and upright bass. So that I taught myself. And because they didn't really offer bass classes, they had guitar classes. But my band director, and I wanted to take guitar class, but my band director was like, there are so many good guitar players. There aren't enough good bass players. So he was like, maybe you should look into that. And I was like, okay, cool. So I started playing electric bass. And I taught myself, in the 80s or late 80s, early 90s, there were magazines, like bass magazines and stuff that had little lessons here and there.
Right,
so I just kind of took a few, I just kind of practiced what they had in those magazines and just kind of took it from there and, make it your own. Yeah.
So do you think the hard work you did with that, now that you're doing that same hard work here, now with your new occupation, how far do you think you can go with this?
I think I could go really far, but I think it has a lot to do with my musical background and the people and the followers you get through social media and all the people you meet. And I'm still new, but I'm really excited about this year.
Nice. I've seen so far with a lot of real estate agents that are new that, they're still excited. Some fall off, but some really keep that love for the occupation. There's been some changes in the industry recently. Mm-hmm. But with that change, people are still like the ones that are really doing well are the ones that are still focused. They still are leaning on their brokerage. They're leaning on their team. They're learning every day. And they continue to have that drive and that passion. And you being a musician, I think that's awesome. Mm-hmm. I think that really is awesome because that really shows that you can concentrate on something long enough that you can actually excel and be a professional at. Mm-hmm. And if you do that with what you're doing, with your hobby, with your music, you'll probably be really successful at doing this as well. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
That's a good question. Probably where I'm at now, but just doing more. You know what I mean? Like I still want to be in real estate in 5 years from now, and I still want to be doing music 5 years from now. So just like on a bigger scale, So selling more houses, playing bigger shows, things like that. So I really want to be doing the same in 5 years.
I love it. So it goes hand in hand.
I think so. And because with our brokerage and our team, we specialize in certain things that we can offer to people who are looking to buy that maybe other people don't. I feel like in the music industry that, it's not like a conventional type of employment or salary or whatever. And those are the kind of people that I know and want to help. So I think that it does go hand in hand, music.
What are some of those things that you guys offer?
Just different loan programs and things like that, where it's not just conventional loans. So,
right.
There's quite a few, but I want to let Heather talk more about that whenever she gets a chance to talk.
But basically it's you're reaching the people.
Right.
And you're giving them an opportunity to be able to own a home and to say, this is mine.
Right.
I love that.
Right.
Before we started, you were talking about how you traveled you went to New York and you mm-hmm. traveled all over the States. And I imagine you're seeing all these different people and you're meeting all these new friends and you're seeing people that actually have a need for a home. And you being able to offer that's an amazing thing, especially here in Texas. We've got so many different developments and different type of people that are moving here that are looking for you and looking for your team to assist them with having, that dream of that home.
Correct. And a lot of people don't think that they qualify. A lot of people don't think they can get a home, and they're just not meeting the right people. So that's what we're here for.
So how do you guys market yourselves? How are you guys on social media? Are you on Facebook?
We're all over social media, and Zariah, who's the other team lead, she's like really big into social media, so she's huge with that. And just any way we can, really,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I mean, doing these kind of podcasts and trying to do some more radio. Hopefully, I got a buddy, and I don't really want to say who right now, but a really good friend in radio who I want to hit up soon and have him,
So if you're seeing this video, this podcast today, give him a call because he wants to get on your show.
Yeah, for sure.
And once again, I'm very happy to be able to interview you and to talk to you about your incredible team and what you guys are doing. Being able to have another passion that coincides with what you're doing every day as an agent, I think that's great. Yeah. It ebbs and flows in regards to how difficult your day may be. but having that outlet and that love for something else is amazing, and that's going to set you up for success.
Yeah.
So I really thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. Appreciate
and,
it.
And have a great day.
Yeah, thank you very much, man.
Anytime.
Appreciate it. Thank you.